In this next example, we're going to be using the three parallel lines theorem. What this theorem states is if three parallel lines intersect two transversals, then they divide the transversals proportionally. So let's take a look at this diagram. I notice here we have three parallel lines. 1, 2, 3. And we have two transversals. Transversals are just lines that cross through another line. So this here is a transversal, and this here is a transversal. So if we have three parallel lines, then they divide the transversals proportionally. Basically saying that we can set up a proportion here if we look closely, okay? So in the diagram, angle 1, angle 2, and angle 3 are all congruent. GF equals 120 yards. So GF is 120 yards. DE equals 150 yards, right over here. And CD equals 300 yards. Find the distance HF between Main Street and South Main Street. So from H to F. So we're trying to find out this entire length over here. Well, it looks like that all that we're missing here is this missing length from H to G. Thankfully, we're going to use the three parallel lines theorem to set up a proportion, okay? So let's set up a proportion here. Since we have three parallel lines here, I'm going to set up a proportion like this. CD, so CD is going to be 300 yards over DE, which is just 150, is going to be equal to the same proportions, but just on the other side now. HG, we don't know what HG is, so I'm just going to say HG over 120. Awesome. What you probably want to do here is to cross multiply, but thankfully we have a cool fraction over here, 300 over 150. This is just going to simplify to what? 2. And 2 is going to equal HG over 120. Now we can cross multiply. 2 is the same thing as 2 over 1. And what does HG have to be in order for us to get 2 over 1? Well, if we cross multiply here, we'll get 240 over 1 HG. And HG is just going to be 240 because 240 divided by 120 equals 2. Oh, 2, just like over here. So we know that this is proportional. So now we know that the length of segment HG is going to be 240. But what is the question asking us? Find the distance of HF. Well, HF is just HG plus GF. We know what HG is. HG is 240. And GF is given to us. And 240 plus 120 is 360. So the distance of segment HF equals 360 yards. And that's how we use the three parallel lines theorem. Okay, that's it. Bye.